Today is January 23rd, 2025. I'm running my own daily copy of Vanilladpupt64. It's among several puppy Linuxes that I boot into frequently. But I wanted to show you the final product of what I use and show how I set mine up in this video series. This is day one, obviously, and just with the Super and I, for example, I can start several programs in different virtual desktops. And here's my Firefox running on desktop 1, and I can quickly go through with a keyboard and then go to, for example, puppy forum. So, and then I can quickly go to next screen where there is the application open, and this is Rocks Filer, obviously, and I can go through and then go to any application or bin. Here's all my scripts that makes things possible of what I do here. And then we can go quickly to Genie, where we can take a look at jwmrc-personal file, for example. So, and then I can certainly start my music player, and then I can go to my photo viewer and simple editor gthumb, and this is some of the photos I taken yesterday, and we can certainly look at it in let me see if I can get it to look at it in GIMP, which is a great editor, graphic editor. So, and then I think I have a LibreOffice that I also have installed. So this is how I usually work. I can just close all of them. Let's see, let's go to grub config, and then I run vocalpup32 sometimes, and then void pup64. So, and I can quickly just close all the open windows and then reboot with RB reboot. And so I don't want to do that because it'll stop the recording. So that's overall view of a final product of the Vanilladpupt. Now here's a fairly fresh copy of Vanilladpupt64. I have actually gone through the a quick setup screen, and I also have these auto mounted on boot, so you can go to the run pmount and then just click these click whatever the partition that you want mounted on boot. So I've done that already, and I've also made things a little easier to see in Genie, for example. So that's where we're starting from. The first thing that I would prefer to do is really clean up the desktop. So what I haven't been able to find any quick way, even control and click. It doesn't really work. I should say that only way I've been able to just remove these icons is just clicking on them with a left click mouse and then holding down the control key. But otherwise, you try to grab all of them, it doesn't work. So I just have to go through here and just to remove everything, and then right click and then right click on one of these and then go to remove items, so that removes it. Now the second thing I like to do is, for me, these are a little too close and it overlaps. So what I do is F12, go to the desktop settings, and then go to desktops, and then arrangements, or manage drive icon here, and then I like to see put the labels of each partition here, because when I use the gparted, that I did use label each partition. So, and then edge gap is fine, refresh, align existing. So it's 64 now. I like to make it twice, so 128. And let's see what that looks like. We're gonna get OK, and then that looks much better to start with. Okay, and the other thing that I noticed in Vanilladpupt64, and some of the Puppy Linux doesn't have this, but it has multiple trays, which I prefer just to have a single tray up on the top. So what we want to do is go to tray icon here, and then the tray icon that's up here now is tray number 2. So we'll click on that, and then we go to tray, and then we'll delete the tray. We want to delete this tray, yes. And then one on the bottom, I prefer to be on the top, so we'll move that and then click on the left upper, and then we'll make it a desktop total of 6. So you'll have 6 virtual desktops, and we'll apply. And then that's exactly what I want. So that's where we're starting from. To close Alt F4, and then this is tray number 1. We'll have to remember that. Okay, and then quit. And then right now that's the, so we cleaned up the desktop, and then next is probably what you may want to do is, next thing that these are steps that I go through, so then I recommend that you go ahead and update and upgrade. I've already done that because to install Simple Screen Recorder, I had to go through install and go through, but normally what you want to do is copy, and then middle mouse click, and then I've already done that, and so it's gonna do that again, and we'll go ahead and exit. And then next is what we want to do is install everything else that I prefer. So I'll just go ahead and make a copy, and then see Alt F2 should have LX terminal, and then we'll make this a little bigger, I think. Well, we'll just go ahead and copy, middle mouse click, it doesn't work, and then paste, so that works. And then control plus sign, does it make bigger? Control plus, okay, so we'll go ahead and then we'll go ahead and install all these programs that I use. wmctrl and exiv2 has to do with it. It's a window manager, and then this is for photo renaming, and the xterm is terminal emulator. Neofetch and inxi give you information on your hardware. Synapse is application launcher that I prefer. GIMP and gmic is a graphic application. gthumb is a photo viewer that I prefer. So these are things that I install, and I'll just go ahead and start, and then it just goes through and sets up all the downloads, all the application that I use on a frequently daily basis. So So next step, I usually like to clean up the startup application. So I go to startup, and then Redshift actually is not seen up here. So but we'll just remove that, and then README, and then we'll go to yes, alt and y, alt and y. We go backspace, and then we'll also go to config, auto start, and then similarly we'll just go ahead and click readme. I don't need that. Firewall, I don't need to see it. Free memory, I don't need to actually see it. So we'll just go ahead and right click and then delete them. So, and the alty, okay, and then we'll go back. At this stage, it's probably a good idea for you to just go ahead and reboot, because there's a lot of information that has changed, and just be a good idea just to have a new updated save folder. But we're gonna look at the save partition right now, and then minus sign, and then we're gonna look at the save folder. This is where I keep all my save folders from Puppy Linux. So right now it's being saved as Vanilladpupt save, so that's where I'm saving all this information. But I do have a Vanilladpupt64, and we're going to open that. And it's a good idea just to have one. If you have a major or have a save folder that works well in Puppet Linux, it's a good idea just to follow. I just want to go ahead and click that, and then we're going to take a look at the root, because that's where we are, and then we're going to Control H to bring everything up. And then right now edge to resources file does not have any configuration for xterm. So what I want to do is I want to replace it with one that already works with xterm, but sometimes X resource file does not copy correctly unless. So the first thing I do is I just go ahead and delete it, the one that's loaded up, and then what I do is I go ahead and go to X resources, and then I use bash aliases frequently. So you go ahead and move the files that you can borrow, and then I'm going to just go ahead and do that mainly now, and then just grab it and then copy, and then alty. So it's been copied, and we're gonna just take a brief look at X resource file just to make sure that it's been correctly copied. Yes, so it has been correctly copied. So, and then the other thing that we want to do is rc and bash rc. So I want to just take a look at the bash rc here. Sometimes it doesn't get copied bash rc correctly. So it has been copied. The main thing is you want these lines here, because to be able to use the bash aliases file. So here, so that's all been copied correctly. Now at this time, one other thing I would do is go look at the JWM. So this is the JWM, and we know the tray 1 is the one that's reflected up here. But I wanna, and then in Fossa Pup, it's not. It's actually tray. In Fossa Pup, it doesn't have tray number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. So this is equivalent to tray number 1 here. So we're gonna just go ahead and open that up in Genie, and then go back to here, and tray number 1, we're gonna drag it in here, and then so that will have to be replaced by this. So Control A, Control C, and then go to here, and then Control A, just delete everything, and then Control V to paste. Okay, so the tray has been replaced by the tray configuration that I prefer. Furthermore, what we want to do is replace the all my keyboard binding, custom keyboard binding. Right now it doesn't, so what we want to do is just go ahead and just to make sure, we'll go ahead and delete it and go to here, and then just copy it from FossaPup folder. Now, so the keyboard configuration has been copied, and the tray has been copied. While I'm at it, I will also copy the theme, custom theme that I prefer from FossaPup. So I'll just go ahead and copy. Now, most of the time this works pretty well, except that keyboard may have to be modified, for example, for sound, volume, and so on. So, but this so far should work, and to be able to see the changes is that you can go ahead and restart WM and ampersand sign, but I can't do that because it's going to stop the recording. But I'll go ahead and stop it first, and then we'll continue on after we run that command. After restart WM, you can see that there's a significant change of the tray and the theme in the background and color and so on. So we're making some progress at this point. But we also want to look at the jwmrc-personal file, which we already modified, and you can see that there is several scripts that I use. For example, scripts for browser always puts Firefox on virtual space 1, and likewise Genie that we're working right now, it puts it in virtual space the desktop of 5. So that's all within those scripts, and we need to copy those scripts. So what we want to do is go over here to the we'll go to Control H, that takes us home, and my applications is where all this script should be, but there isn't any. So what we're gonna do again is cheat and get it from FossaPup right here, and roots, Control H, and then my applications, and bin. That's where all the scripts are. So what we're gonna do is back out of it, and then simply we'll put it on the right side for now, and then we're gonna just replace my application. So this is the one that has it. So we'll just go ahead and just make a Control A and Control C, and then we'll put it in my application and bin, and Control V. So now we have all these scripts that's in the proper space. So we'll just go ahead and at this point what we can do is right now the scripts don't work. So when super key and W does not launch the browser, so super and W I'll go ahead and push right now, so it doesn't do that. Oh, it just did it because we put the script in now. So I think we'll just, I realize that you don't have any of the scripts, but I just wanted to give you a basic idea of what is, how the scripts work, and it has to be copied to a proper folder. And I think we'll just go ahead and stop there for today, day one.